congressmen does it take to win the Senate? It may be less than you think it is. In this case, I'm referring to the Democrats having a minority in the Senate. The Democrats, for frame of reference, did have only 22 have only won 22 Senate seats in the whole of the Senate, with the Republicans having the current Senate majority, leading under Mitch McConnell. You see, the problem with the Democrats having a minority is, for them, a bunch of Republican bills have been passed a lot easier. The most recent one in particular being the Big Beautiful Bill, a sweeping reconciliation bill with many of the things that Republicans set out to do. For example, massive tax cuts and cuts for green energy subsidies. However, the 2026 midterms may change this because of the fact that because a lot of things have made this midterm a lot more complicated. If the Democrats manage to get a majority in this midterm, they may be able to block some of the worst effects of the GOP majority. Therefore, it is imperative that we must ask, can the Democrats win back the Senate in 2026? And the answer is, weirdly enough, yes. And it's for three interesting reasons. One, it's the midterms. Two, a bunch of politicians are actually retiring. And three, the Republican policies haven't been that popular. Now, we're at the midterms. And for those who don't know, midterms are a complicated time. They've always been a complicated time. You see, the problem with midterms is simple. They're always really bad for the ruling party. Especially because in this case, the Democrats are the minority and the Republicans are the ruling party. Meaning there is an inherent chance for an upset. Because of this inherent chance for an upset, it is imperative that we look at how this might be in effect. This might affect the coming midterms. First of all, as I've mentioned, presidential parties do really badly, and there have been many cases where there's been an upset. According to CNN, there's a couple of instances in the years 1970, 1974, and more recently, 2008. These three major examples have provided a great example of a democratic upset. In addition to this, The Guardian has also provided reasons why this has been an issue. Generally, the majority of the population ends up being fed up with the current set of government, especially in regards to a similar style of lawmaking. Because of this, the Democrats may have an opening as the alternative party. Because of this alternative mindset, people might be more inclined to vote for them. In addition, there might be another upset. Many different senators have actually stated their retirement. For example, Thom Tillis of North Carolina. He has been a rock-solid support of the North Carolina Republicans, being the only person who would be able to stand up to a Democratic candidate as of now. In addition to this, we see that because of Thom Tillis' retirement, a former governor, in this case, Governor Watkins, has actually stated that he may be running against the next Republican candidate in North Carolina, giving the Democrats a great chance against the Republicans in this key battleground state. In addition, one of the two Texas senators, John Cornyn, has stated that he may be retiring soon. And so Colin Allred, a Texas Democrat, has stepped in to fill the possible role. Because of these examples, we see how Democrats have a major chance of upsetting simply on the basis that Many Republicans have lost their have chosen to retire from their titles. And because of it, Democrats may have a chance as the alternative party. Lastly, the GOP's policies have been relatively unpopular. In particular, the Big Beautiful Bill, the reconciliation bill that I mentioned earlier, it has a 59% negative approval rating. The majority of the country does not support it. This may signal a turning point in the Republicans' chances of keeping the Senate. Because of it, and due to the increased amount of time to see the effects of the Big Beautiful Bill, there's a chance that because of the worsening effects of the Big Beautiful Bill, the Democrats may be able to take advantage of it. And lastly, even the key areas of the tariffs and inflation, Trump is losing. According to Politico, both of these are in the majority of against. Around 60% in either group being against Trump's policies, possibly providing another opening for the Democrats to take control. Because of all these three reasons, we see how Democrats have multiple areas to take advantage of and therefore create a win for themselves. These are the reasons why it is imperative to once again ask the question, can the Democrats win back the Senate in 2026? And the answer is simply yes, because of unpopular GOP policies, Senate retirements, as well as lastly, it's the midterms. Anything can happen.